Hey everyone, welcome back to Recast, this particular series regarding fitness. I'm Dennis Osenya, and if you're joining us for the first time, this is where we document real wellness journeys through faith, family, and fitness. These are bite-sized episodes designed to fit in your life, perfect for your commute, during your workout, or maybe in the background while you're doing chores. This is episode 2, and we're now 3 weeks into my wellness journey. Last episode, I shared my lab results and how I started with P1 microdosing and my first Hocket session. Today I want to give you an update and talk about something that's been game-changing for me. Really the power of celebrating small wins and how they eventually will turn into big successes. I did another in-body scan on June 1st and I'm down 5 pounds from my starting weight of 196. My clothes are starting to fit better, but more importantly, I'm experiencing increased energy levels and mental clarity that I haven't felt in a while. The real wins aren't just on the scale, they're in the daily habits that are becoming second nature to me. Let me start with the GLP-1 microdosing and how it's been able to curb my appetite, especially at work. As a nurse practitioner, I was a chronic snacker in between patients. You know how it is if you work in the field, you see a patient and in between as you're documenting, grab a quick bite, snack here, snack there, and before you know it, you've consumed hundreds of calories without even thinking about it. 3 weeks in, the GLP-1 has completely changed that pattern for me. Now, I want to caution you about something important with these medications. They really can suppress appetite to the point where you just don't really want to eat. But let me explain some simple physiology behind why that happens. GLP-1 medications work by mimicking a hormone called glucagon-like peptide 1 that your intestines naturally produce after you eat. This does several things. It slows gastric emptying, meaning food stays in your stomach longer, making you feel full. It helps regulate blood sugar by stimulating insulin release when needed. The problem is when you're not hungry, it's easy to skip meals entirely. But here's what I've learned over these 3 weeks. It's absolutely crucial to eat good, balanced meals even when you don't feel like it. Your body still needs proper nutrition to function optimally, especially when you're in a healing phase. And here's something critical that many people don't realize. There's a natural muscle wasting that can happen with these GLP-1 medications. This muscle loss can happen at a more accelerated rate when strength training is not added to the overall plan. I'm hoping to add strength training soon, but at this point, all the results are without any formal strength training or cardio. That's why protein intake becomes absolutely essential. I've had to be very intentional about eating nutrient-dense meals with adequate protein, even when my appetite is suppressed. I'm focusing on getting at least 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal to help preserve muscle mass while I'm losing weight. Think lean meats, eggs, protein shakes, whatever it takes to hit those protein targets even when you don't feel like eating. Now, one of the things that I love about being at Honeyglow Wellness inside the HIVE Fit Club is they have a fuel station where you can get smoothies, coffee, and other nutritional meals on the go, and all kinds of different options. Right now, my favorite smoothie is called the Pineapple Fusion Smoothie, and I get it with spirulina, and it's absolutely great. It's packed with nutrients, and it tastes amazing. Having that convenient access to quality nutrition in the same place that you're doing healing and working out makes it so much easier to meet your nutritional goals and targets when you're taking appetite-suppressed medication like the GLP-1s. Now, speaking of supporting my body's needs, I've also started taking Marsmen, which was recommended by a good friend of ours. Let me talk about why supporting healthy testosterone is so important for men and what low testosterone can do to how we feel. Marsmen is a kind of a comprehensive natural testosterone support supplement that contains key ingredient which stimulates luteinizing hormone production that signals your body to produce more testosterone naturally. It has zinc, which is crucial for testosterone synthesis, vitamin D3, which acts almost like a hormone in your body and supports healthy testosterone levels, Fenugreek extract, which has been shown to help maintain healthy testosterone levels and support energy, Tongkat Ali, which is a powerful adaptogen that helps support natural testosterone production and energy levels, and Shilajit, which contains fulvic acid and minerals to support overall male vitality and hormone balance. When men have low testosterone, it can make you feel like you're just going through the motions of life. You experience low energy, brain fog, decreased motivation, poor sleep quality, reduced muscle mass, increased body fat, and just an overall sense that you're not operating at your full potential. Since my testosterone levels were actually decent at 513 in my labs, I wanted to support them naturally to maintain that level as I age, especially since testosterone naturally declines about 1% per year after age 30. Now let me talk about something that's been fascinating over these 3 weeks. It's my sleep patterns. Several months before I started my wellness journey, my sleep was pretty erratic. I would go to bed around 10 or 11, but I would wake up at random times, sometimes 2, 2:30, 3, 4, 4:30, always before my 5:15 alarm clock would go off for work. Coffee really didn't help at this point, and I was typically dragging through the day feeling exhausted and foggy. Over these last 3 weeks, I've done 3 Hocket treatments under their general detox setting. And there's something I wanted to expand on that I didn't talk about in our last episode is something called FSM, or frequency specific microcurrent. FSM is a therapy that uses specific frequencies of electrical current to target different tissues and conditions in the body. The theory is that every tissue in your body has its own resonant frequency, and when that frequency is disrupted by injury, inflammation, or toxins, FSM can help restore the natural frequency and promote healing. During my Hocket sessions, the FSM is delivered through plates underneath my feet that deliver specific microcurrents based on the selected setting, and they have close to 100 different settings based on different conditions or symptoms or things that you're trying to work on. I continue to do PEMF, compression therapy, and vibroacoustic therapy 2 to 3 times per week, along with light therapy. The combination of these therapies creates this synergistic effect that's greater than the sum of its parts. Now, here's what's fascinating about my sleep after 3 weeks. The pattern hasn't changed. I still wake up at random times throughout the night, but here's the difference. When I wake up now, I'm alert and ready to go. Instead of lying there frustrated and groggy, I've been using this time productively. I've done a lot of planning and accomplishing tasks early in the morning before work. I talked about a quote from Tim Grover, the world-renowned trainer for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and he would talk about Kobe Bryant's early morning training sessions. I have to agree with the great Kobe Bryant on this one. You can get a lot of things done at 4 a.m. when the world is still sleeping. There's something powerful about those quiet morning hours when your mind is clear and there are no distractions. I've been using this time for prayer, planning my day, working on recast content, and just thinking through challenges and opportunities. The key insight here is that sometimes healing doesn't look like what we expect. I thought better sleep meant sleeping through the night, but maybe for me, better sleep means waking up refreshed and energized, even if it's at an unconventional hour. I'm learning to work with my body's natural rhythms instead of fighting against them. This brings me to the importance of celebrating small wins. In our culture, we're conditioned to only celebrate the big victories, the major weight loss, the perfect lab results, the complete transformation. But over these 3 weeks, I'm learning that small wins are actually what creates the foundation for lasting change. For me, the small wins have been things like choosing water over soda without even thinking about it, not snacking mindlessly at work, waking up energized instead of dragging, having clothes fit better, experiencing increased energy throughout the day, and having mental clarity in those early morning hours. But let me share some practical wins that might seem small but have been huge for me. I drank 1 less Coke this week. I completed 1 more project on my to-do list. I spent time thinking positive about my future instead of dwelling on problems. I started dreaming again, and not just sleeping dreams, but actual dreams and visions of what my life could look like. I encouraged someone today instead of walking just past them. Again, these might seem insignificant, but they're actually rewiring my brain and creating new neural pathways. Each win builds momentum and confidence. Each win proves to yourself that change is possible. Each small win creates a positive feedback loop that makes the next healthy choice easier. I still have not incorporated formal exercise outside of my normal day-to-day work activities and being daddy Uber for my 4 kids, but the results, though small, are still going in the right direction. And at this point, progress, not perfection. I think we get so focused on the destination that we forget to appreciate the journey. And we want the dramatic before and after photos, but we miss the daily victories that actually create lasting transformation. The truth is, sustainable change happens gradually, consistently, and often in ways we don't immediately recognize. In our next episode, I'm going to talk about introducing peptide therapy for pain and old injuries that I suffered during my time I was heavy into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm excited to share how targeted peptides can help with recovery and healing, especially for those of us dealing with the aftermath of years of physical activity and the normal wear and tear of life. But for now, I want to encourage you to start celebrating your small wins. Did you drink more water today? That's a win. Did you take the stairs instead of the elevator? That's a win. Did you choose a salad over fries? That's a win. Did you get to bed 15 minutes earlier? That's a win. Did you encourage someone instead of complaining? That's a win. Did you spend time dreaming about your future instead of worrying about your problems? That's a win. These small wins compound over time. They build momentum, they create confidence, and eventually they turn into big successes that everyone notices. Remember, you are created to thrive, not just survive. And thriving happens one small win at a time, one gentle choice at a time, one intentional step at a time. 3 weeks in and the journey continues, and I'm grateful you're on it with me.